Welcome back, guys. It's the Mr. G Adventures. So, I seem a little casual today, but it's because, as always, I'm in a good mood and I want my students to be in a good mood. Today, we're going to start talking about listening, speaking, and pronunciation. Now, before we start, of course, we have to do the first things that we always do. We have to talk about the objectives. We'll get that done soon, and we'll move on to our guided practice and independent practice. As you just saw, we saw our list of objectives that we're going to go over. Now, it might be a little bit longer than usual, but it's no less difficult. Even if you think so, I'll make it easy for you. So why don't we start? The first thing we're going to do is we are going to analyze and understand the perspectives of different characters in The Outsiders. We're still continuing with the best book of all time, at least from my childhood. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to practice speaking and listening skills through character-based skits. You will get your chance to shine as you read through each character. I'll put you in groups of 4 once again. You will all get your foot inside the book and you will represent each character. And finally, we're going to apply effective speaking techniques in their presentations. That's going to be you guys. You're going to tell me how it was like. We're going to go over, and that will be your assessment for today. Back here again. So it might seem a little long, but we'll read it together. And at the end, you have a small assessment to do to answer 2 questions that I will give you. So let's read them right now. First, we will divide students into groups and assign each member a different character in the book. Right? We did this in our guided practice already. Now, you get to do it with the group. The next, we're going to write on each character trait list details that allow them to understand the individual perspectives. So in the worksheet that I presented you before, I want you to write down at least 5 things that you found out about this character, or 5 things that you didn't understand before that you understand now. The next thing is to scan the assigned chapter for words they find difficult or unfamiliar. And I want you to use dictionaries to find the definition and pronunciation of those words. And finally, the last thing I want you to do is to answer and present the comprehension questions. Now, I'm going to say them soon. Alright, and I will say them. And at the end, one member of your group has to answer them. So, wait a moment. Now the question of the day is, does reading from your character's perspective change your understanding? Now here's what I want you to do. While you answer that, I want you guys to write a diary entry of 1 character from the book. Alright? And you have to give me at least 3 sentences of what their perspective might be of their situation. Now, you all read the same book and you read the same characters, and I want you all to be on the same page to understanding who they really are. One person has to present, and after that, you're free to go. Hey guys, one last thing before we go. I'd just like to shout out my friend and co-worker, Fabrizio Buchanan.
It's Fabrizio Fresh. You should know this. That's what people call me on social media. Fabrizio_fresh333. Go follow me on Instagram.
I'd like to thank Fabrizio Fresh Buchanan for always helping me make these videos. He's just as important to making these as I am. So, one last thing before we go. Here's a sneak preview to our next lesson plan.
next time on the Mr. G Adventures.